Arsenal. There's not really much to say about Arsenal's performance, with 60 minutes of very dull football. Nketiah is not it. I've always said it to Lane, and it's the Kevin. I'm not impressed with Nketiah. I think he tries, right? But a pint of milk is a pint of milk, right? You can't get water from a well that's dry. So Lacazette is not consistent enough in my opinion. I've seen him. He'll play good some days and then 5-6 games after not getting much from him. I think he does a lot for the movement or the fluency of top three. And when I say a lot, not in a good way, in a very bad way. He hinders the counter sometimes. He's very... I'm not impressed.
Very static.
Yeah, very static. I'm not impressed, right? So I was rather pleased when they didn't start Lacazette. But Nketiah missed a chance in the first minute or 2 minutes of the game. Poor control. She's consistent with how he plays.
Was Lacazette not starting punishment for what happened?
I hope. Right?
But the truth is, I don't think Lacazette would have scored either.
I agree.
I think, sorry, go ahead.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, he would have controlled the ball and probably taken a shot, but he wouldn't have gotten there to be able to control the ball. That's my problem, right? So if he was there, to be fair, Lacazette had a fairly good control. He's good at killing the ball at his foot. First touch is generally impeccable, right? Especially in the box. But I don't think he would have gotten in the box to be on the receiving end of that pass. Yeah. The game changed when we bring on Pepe. Yeah. Right? And we change it. Same Pepe really instead of good. Yeah. But anyways, the game changed when you brought on Pepe and you changed it to the front three that a lot of Arsenal fans, myself included, want to see Arsenal play. Yeah. Aubameyang through the middle and you flank him with Willian and Pepe. Or Willian and even Saka in some instances. But because if you look at it, and I said it, Willian can play left or right. Yeah. Pepe can play left or right. Aubameyang can play left or right or through the middle. So you have a very fluent top three that you can interchange at any point in the match. I think if you can get that right, I think Arsenal will push on from this, because what I've seen and what I continue to settle in, even though we're winning, I'm not impressed with any of the wins, because I'm not overly impressed in any case, because we are not creating chances. We don't create a lot of chances, and I see a lack of creativity in the middle in most instances. If we look at where most of the goals are coming from, Bellerin had 2 assists in that game. 2 assists from Bellerin. Right? So, yeah, it's fine. The fullbacks are working and getting the goals and they're getting the points. 9 out of possible 12 is not the worst start. It's pretty
Liverpool
good.
Beat you.
And we lost to Liverpool, But the 3 matches that we won are matches that we should have won.
Correct.
Right? And I wasn't impressed, because even after Sheffield scored the second goal, after Sheffield scored their goal, which is a very good goal, I think it's McGoldrick or whatever his name, it was a good goal. And from that point, Arsenal was on the back foot.
Why nobody never close him down, though?
I don't understand either. See my problem, and that's why I always said, even with the Liverpool loss, I said it to you before, to beat Liverpool, Arsenal need to concentrate for 90 minutes, and if you put a foot wrong, you get punished, and that's what happened. Yeah. So, and that's my problem with Eve, and that's why I'm optimistic about the Thomas Partey signing, but I am still a little bit dissatisfied that we still don't get we still have a creative midfielder. We don't have anybody outside of Sabas who can create chances and pick apart defenses.
I hope they're not making man for fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, week in, week out, right? So, like I said, it wasn't an overly impressive Arsenal performance. There are certain key things to take away. I like that Pepe scored, because it's good for the team. It's good for his confidence, and it's good to give you additional options, whether it's off the bench or to start. But outside that, not much to say.
Will you take Pepe or Martial?
I'll stick with Pepe, because he can play next match.
That would be the only reason.
It's fine. And him score this game too. Yeah.
So what I say, right? So Pepe came on, but he wasn't the impact. The impact was really Aubameyang through the middle.
Yeah.
That's the truth, right? You could have brought on Reece Nelson, or move Saka one wing or whatever it is, and have Saka and Willian flanking Aubameyang. I think what the team couldn't manage was what really pulled Sheffield was Aubameyang's pace through the middle. They got confused when he went there, and they never know how to play. And you saw that, and it was just having a quality striker up there. It helps Arsenal that much. And if you're not, it's something that we've been discussing for time. Then you say, why is it that, Arteta don't try 3 quick players up front that can interchange? So you have Willian now. You have
Pepe lane, you have Pepe.
You have Aubameyang.
Avoid Pepe.
Right?
The man avoid Pepe. Yo, the man wicked. Yo, me hate him.
Call Pepe in the ball.
hate him.
Let's call the man.
Yo, maybe I try to go through the start.
Yo, the man.
We just go through the start and then first. We just go through the man and we start first.
Go on, boss. Go on.
All right.
The man can recess.
Yeah.
Yeah, the man wicked.
Yo, now go through the
Oh,
start.
gosh. Yo, he's a wicked,
I
brother.
cannot go through the man
All
and
right,
the
Okay,
all
go
right,
through the
go
start.
on,
Go through the
go on,
start.
So you have Aubameyang.
Yeah.
Right? You have Willian.
Yeah.
I have Saka.
Yeah.
Right? Where you can have up front.
Okay.
Right? Here.
Fear.
Right? And you can bring on the impact ball of them. Right?
Yo, the man that can't be so that's so why the man don't play Pepe and Willian and Aubameyang. That the man can't be so. The problem said that.
Next time, tell for type it.
That man gonna do that. That's it. What's up the next time?
Yeah, I'll
What's
bring
up
it
the
up.
next time?
No,
Wicked brother.
no,
Yo,
no,
the man wicked.
Yo, I know.
But anyways, yeah. But you're right though, Lane.
Yeah.
100%. You are correct.
So play that type of formation. Saka, I think, is a good young player.
Yeah. Can't play week in, week out still.
Aubameyang is the best goal scorer that they have, right?
Yeah.
By far.
And you don't necessarily need. You're playing Nketiah, right? And Nketiah can't hold up the ball, so you don't need somebody to hold up the ball, right? So you can play that formation, a fluent front three, and you can also bring in a Reece Nelson. You can bring in a Nicola Pepe off of the bench, to impact the game.
And
right?
and Lane, to your point as well, I think you're wasting Aubameyang out wide because Aubameyang in the Liverpool game scores those chances. The first chance that Nketiah got in the first 2 minutes, Aubameyang scoring that.
Yeah.
You play him wide because he can play and he can do a job and he'll track back all the way back.
Accommodate Lacazette.
And that's my problem.
Yeah, so
you need to find
really
a way to
play
work.
wide.
And that's
really
the problem. But you need
wide.
to find a way to incorporate Nico Pepe because you have no Willian that you didn't have last year, right? You give Saka number 7 and you're giving him a bigger role in the club. I'm not overly impressed by Reece Nelson to be completely honest. I think he's a squad baller. He's not an option for you to say again start week in, week out, right? It's Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and come on and give for a fresh pair of legs, right?
Yeah.
So somewhere between that combination of Pepe, Saka, Willian, you need to find 2 players, and the good thing with those 2, they can play on either wing. Flank Aubameyang and play Aubameyang through the middle. You understand? If you want to change the game, or if you're playing against certain opposition where you think that Lacazette movement or his, well, not necessarily movement, but his first touch and his ability to play with his back to goal is going to be a key. You can start him there and rotate it, or you can bring him on to change a game. But I don't think Lacazette should be your preferred number 9 when you have Aubameyang being wasted out wide, because he has to be cutting in to get chances. When Lacazette getting a lot of chances, Liverpool he was wasteful. Even in the games that he scored, he was still wasteful,
Fair enough.
So
You were shocking in Liverpool.
Anything else,
Yeah.
Kevin?
I mean, not really. So I know a lot of the fans at home, they were expecting
never
to
walk
hear,
alone.
to hear. No, man. We have to talk about Chelsea. I think a lot of, and I think these guys were prepared to scream out.
Zaha! But this time I'm saying, Maguire!
He had about 15 touches, right? Wilfred Zaha had about 15 touches in the match.
Hear this man,
So-
God.
I think it's a good result on the weekend.
14 more than Marshall.
What? Marshall have more contribution in the game, Win the penalty,
More impactful.
The most impactful player on the day, right?
There you go.
Win the penalty and get the red card.
There you go.
So last week, me under pressure, Lane turn now. See? What I say is, I'm not telling them, wake up Saturday morning and don't make Zaha put in a performance, I'm not sleep Good Friday, see? Because I couldn't take that behavior today if Zaha put in a
But
performance.
I waited them, I was waiting.
I know everybody I wait for Wilfred Zaha put in a performance.
Yeah.
God is good.
But to
right?
be fair, we shouldn't expect it because Zaha
I
can't
did
get
say-
3
I did
days.
say
I did
last
say
week,
to be fair.
say
He started too good to
peak,
maintain
yeah,
it.
man,
Zaha not scored till December, January.
Yeah, I mean, my match on the weekend, just a result, not as important as other matches that we'll discuss, but I'll touch a little bit on my side. One, I think Lampard set up the team much better. Him realised the threat that him knows that Chelsea fans weak is on the line if Wilfred Zaha, perform. So him start a more defensive team in terms of getting Aspect out there instead of Reece James. But we know how Crystal Palace would have set up, and I think even though Lampard set up more defensively to counter their threat on the break, I didn't think he got some things right. And I'm not being pedantic, but I feel like when you're playing a Roy Hodgson side, he's going to set up with 2 banks of 4, right? He's going to try to hit you on the break. He's playing away. Yeah. So they're going to be hard to break down and discipline. And I saw a moment in the match where I think Jorginho was fouled and Hudson-Odoi tried to take the kick early. And the referee said not from that spot. And then they floated in the box. However, when I looked at the demeanor of the players coming forward and just the nonchalant way the ball was flung into the box, I said, the man don't have no plan. See? If you're going to play a Crystal Palace as a team that will sit back and you're going to find it very difficult to break down, you need to work on set pieces because that's a way to get through. And I didn't see that as a part of Lampard plan. In fact, the goal that we scored that eventually, let Crystal Palace come out of them shell was down to a mistake. It was a horrible mistake. Name?
Saka.
If he does kick on the ball, it's ridiculous.
And the one mistake and a break Crystal Palace,
And then Crystal Palace have to come out now and then we pick them apart. They make some other silly mistakes. So I think overall, it was an excellent result. Wilfred Zaha blanked. Right? I saw him in many teams as fantasy team as a captain in black. Right?
Yeah. That's madness though.
Wilfred Zaha blanked.
Yeah.
And we kept a clean sheet.
Yeah. Must be nice.
Thiago Silva, paired well with Zuma. Lampard, I have to give him some credit there. 3 out of the 4 in the back line speak French. Aspi, Zuma and Thiago and Chilwell, debut. And the keeper.
Oh yeah, keeper, man.
4 out of 5, yeah. So,
good communication.
So now I have good
I
communication.
have content in the middle.
What do you think about your keeper?
Alright, so I think the keeper is not a world keeper, like a world-class keeper, but I think he's more consistent than Kepa. And I saw him on Tuesday. He looked fairly competent. He dropped a simple catch that it kind of worried me a little bit, but I think what Lampard is looking for is just somebody to be more consistent around the
and to do the basics.
Kepa's
not doing the basics.
Yeah,
I think that's the
not
problem.
doing the basics. So it's not Alisson or Edison where you said this keeper, is going to be
change the world.
The world. But you just have somebody solid between the sticks who will make some saves and the defense can know, say, all right, I can rely on this person.
And the fact they have a competent defense in front of him.
So. I think he made some really good saves though. I mean,
on Tuesday?
Yeah, on Tuesday.
Yeah, he made some good saves on Tuesday. But I see him kick with some ball too. Like, him might try to play out with him feet. Some say, we don't really have that. But I think he's a little bit nervous also because being thrust into the spotlight. Him have to succeed because, Lampard bring him in. And then me say Lampard go over to him and have a man around him and say, you're coming into the team. So, but me not say like he's no world beater or anything like that. But there were some other issues that raised them head on Saturday. I think Jorginho could have given Timo Werner or Tammy Abraham the second penalty, right? We're already up 3-0. We're going to win this match. You scored one already. And, there are strikers there who, it is their job to score. And, them having a rough patch now. It builds some confidence. I don't think Jorginho needed to take all the penalties. And then I saw after the match, Lampard went to Werner, and had a little discussion with him. And it seemed more consoling than anything else. So it seems as if
Lampard can agree as well.
Can agree. Say, you're up. And we've seen that. I've seen, and as the designated penalty kicker, I have no problem with him taking the first penalty. Because we saw Lampard and Drogba.
And Tulev's a tricky win too, so tricky lead, sorry. So I can understand.
Lampard and Drogba back in the day when we won the league on goal difference, where Drogba was going after the golden boot, and Lampard said, no, I am the kicker, let me take it. And then once he get that over the line, he personally gave Drogba the next ball to kick. So
exactly.
I think what we still need, the team is not clicking as yet, but we're getting decent results. We have 7 points from 4 games. Not good enough. I can concede the Liverpool loss. We should have beaten West Brom, because they're the worst team in the league currently. Should have taken those points and be on 9 points. But, some good signs on Saturday was the Pulisic coming back.
For now.
I mean, Pulisic, I think we need Pulisic, so we have to get Pulisic right. And, word on the training ground that ZH is much closer. I see him training a lot harder.
Okay.
So I think these 2 weeks will give us some time to get him ready. But I still feel like, it's early days. The side needs to gel a little bit more. I see the defense taking shape. Definitely Ben Chilwell, he is sometimes suspect because of his attacking nature, but he's the best left back we have, no doubt.
Yeah.
Better than Emerson and definitely better than Alonso.
Mark Alonso.
So I think we're already better off there. A great left foot, good square of the ball, can also score. We saw that also.
Yeah, he scored a good, excellent goal actually.
So I think the defense is coming together. I think we can even rotate with Chilwell and Aspie and Reece James. So I think Aspie has a role to play.
Yeah, you have a deep squad,
Yeah, and I think I'm kind of happy that we kept Rudiger. I don't think Rudiger went today.
No,
he didn't.
Yes, I'm kind of happy we kept Rudiger because I think we need depth also. I mean, Thiago Silva is there, but he's 36.
Yeah.
So, he can't play
Every game. And rotation is always important because you're battling on all
but
fronts.
Rudiger doesn't look like he's in the plans though. I mean,
Yeah.
you have Christiansen, look like it's Christiansen, Zuma, Thiago, and Tamori.
Yeah.
Right? So I think Rudiger is surplus to requirements at this point.
Yeah.
I think Rudiger is better than all those names that he called.
Well, not Zuma.
Definitely not. Best defender you have.
Not Zuma. And fun and joke aside, not Zuma.
Yep.
Not on farm.
Not on farm.
Not on farm.
No.
Not
Zuma's
on
not
farm right now.
Zuma's
Not on
not put
farm.
a foot wrong right now.
Not on farm.
Listen,
what I say to you?
hold on. When you're not talking about phone team, you talk about phone team. See? Kurt Zuma has been playing well.
Yeah.
But Kurt Zuma is still a liability. And until he put a proper season together, I'm not joining that band.
You guys agree with him?
See?
Because I think Kevin have what them call is conservatism bias.
No, but they
right?
say anchoring. But they say anchor in
Right.
Kurt Zuma will give away
We're not in a CFA class.
See?
The people don't know what I talk about.
Right.
The people don't know what I talk
But
about.
this
Conservatism. No, you have both. You exhibit both, right? There's new data and him refute it. Him don't care, right? Him throw it away, must stick to the old Kurt Zuma, right?
What I say is when them man signed Harry Maguire for 80 million, I tell Lane say Harry Maguire not good. And him said, no, he's a decent defender. Right?
Yeah, he
1
did.
year later,
He did it.
him tell me looking at him said, this man for this amount of money is madness.
What I'll say is that when we sign him, I have to defend him. He can't defend himself clearly, right? So
You defend.
what I'll say is
You
that
defend something. No, Luke Shaw.
I said he was overpriced.
All right. So send me accept.
No, on the right.
We're not going back in money.
Yeah, so accept that point.
Yeah.
I would say, all right, Kurt Zuma and Thiago Silva right now is the best pair.
Yeah.
Christensen and Tamori, I don't think they're ahead of Rudiger. I think in terms of Lampard's plan, I say Lampard has to be very careful. In my opinion, Sir Alex was that type of coach who was very authoritarian, and it works when you're winning.
Yeah.
Now, if you aren't getting the result, a lot of questions will be raised. So for now, we'll work with, because I think one of the things that Rudiger wanted out, because he wants to play in the Euro next year and he wanted consistent games, so he was looking even a loan deal to get some consistent game, which apparently is not going to happen at Chelsea. But, I mean, overall, I think we're not seeing the side gel as yet. I've seen things coming together. I say Kai Havertz, getting a little bit more confidence. I still feel like Werner is not quite happy in terms of... It just seems like him like where I'm playing.
Yeah.
Him drifting all over the park.
I see it in his demeanor as well. But understand, you touched the point earlier, and I think even Leah and I were having the same conversation especially over the weekend. That penalty would have made a difference in his demeanor. Because remember, a striker come into the side, and Werner is working. It's one thing you can't say is work rate. You can question his success rate or his impact on some games, but you can't question his work rate. He's been working, and I think he's not happy where he's playing, and I think even that penalty would have made a difference for his confidence. Because a striker needs to score. This is his fourth game.
Yeah. So he scored one in the week against Tottenham, and he didn't take a penalty in that match because apparently he had cramp.
But I look at him, I don't see him as upset. he wanted the penalty,
Frustrated.
right?
Frustrated.
I think he doesn't have a problem playing wide because he's used to it. He's used to playing in a floating front three, right? Or he play wide left, wide right, and through the middle. So he get that options. The issue though.
So I think him feeding on scraps.
That's the problem.
I think that is
I think
frustrating.
that's the problem because he's
True,
not
true,
getting
true,
space
Yeah.
to express himself how he wants. So actually, when you look at how even Crystal Palace was playing him, Hudson-Odoi had a lot more space than
Werner, which is true.
And I think the team just had in their mind that we have to lock down this player.
Yeah.
Anthony Ibra. So Hudson-Odoi get more space to exploit. So if Lampard can find a way, because we've seen Timo Werner, I've seen him in the Liverpool match. I mean, Fabinho had an excellent game, right? And kind of close him down. But in other games, you can see the raw pace.
Yeah.
You can see the talent. You can see the intelligence of the player. So,
And it's funny that you mentioned
And even Liverpool game, he
because
still won a
understand
penalty in that game.
How Werner have make Fabinho, when me say a baller call, what the English Iniesta name?
Jack Grealish.
Jack Grealish. Have him at 6 and 7.
6 and 7.
So that's a perfect segue. So 'cause I kind of want to move from Chelsea now